Namaste, beautiful souls. Welcome to White Tara Tarot reading. I hope you are all safe with your families. And today we are doing a pick a card reading. And today's topic is, what is the key to my spiritual success? Tips to enhance your spiritual journey. As you can see, I have 7 piles from number 1 to 7, and I have used these play cards as charms to attract your intuitions. And I've chosen this cups because it has hearts on them, and hearts are very intuitive, deeply conscious, and stronger than our brains. And also because cups are the water signs, and water has very strong and deep memories, and it holds a deep value in the spirituality. So use your intuitions. You can look at the numbers or the images on the cards to draw your intuitions. And again, there is no right or wrong way to select a pile. So I hope you have already ticked your pile. So let's begin with pile 1. Let me move my cards, other piles away. So let's start with pile 1. The tiger, Royal Bengal tiger. So your first tip is teaching. This is your second tip, and this is your third tip. I'm trying to listen what my tarots are trying to tell me. I'm listening to them, and I'm also looking at the images on the cards. Okay. You should understand one thing very clearly, that there is nothing like I'm not creative or I'm not talented. Everybody is creative and everybody is talented. You just need to use the right tools to polish them, to enhance them. So these are the 3 tips from the White Tara Tarot reading for you today. I hope they will be helpful for you. The first tip is that you need to do a lot of reading work, writing work. There's a teacher, an angel. It could be your spirit angel, your guardian angel. And we are the children here. We are here to learn from our master, from our teacher, from our guru. And you can be a good student only when you be able to complete your classworks and homeworks and revisions. So for that, you need to revise. You need to go home and learn things, remember things, revise things. You need to write them down. So the first card is saying that whatever desires you have from your spiritual journey, what tuned you into your spiritual journey, what you manifest through your spiritual journey, what you want through your spiritual journey, you please make a note of that. Write a wish list. What all desires you have from your deeper consciousness levels. Make a note and keep that note reminded to you again and again. If you're writing it in a piece of paper, keep it in your pouch, in your purse, in your handbag, or in your pocket, or somewhere near to you, and make a habit of reading it again and again to yourself. It's like a reminder, like an alarm. Like, these are the things I desire from my spiritual journey. Okay, and especially do it if you don't have time to remind yourself all the time. You can just make a habit of reading out like a positive affirmations before you go to sleep, and after you wake up, and before you are involved into your practice of meditation, or whichever method you choose to you have chosen for your spiritual path. Okay, so somebody, your angel is teaching you, try to learn. Okay, so it's like teaching learning activity. The first tip is, through teaching learning activity, make a note. That's the first tip for you. And the second tip is, do not control your thoughts. Now you might ask me, like, how is it possible? It is possible. I am saying you should not think. That is not my point. My point is, you should not control your thoughts, because thoughts are natural process, continuous process. You cannot do anything against nature. And even if you console yourself by saying that, yes, I am able to control my thoughts, I let only the positive thoughts flow, and I am able to stop the negative thoughts, that is a wrong illusion. Okay, there are two words, controlling and monitoring. Okay, so when you start controlling your thoughts, your brain, your mind will become distorted. They are in conflict, and when your mind is in conflict, you cannot focus. Focusing becomes impossible. Just monitor your thoughts, do not control. Even if negative thoughts are emerging, let them flow, let them circulate. Okay, let them circulate. So don't control your thoughts, just monitor your thoughts. And what happens when you start monitoring and stop controlling is that you will understand that there are negative energies inside you, there are negative thoughts inside you, and that these negative energies and these negative emotions and these negative thoughts are the part of you, your body, your mindset. And there is no way to get rid of these thoughts, negative thoughts and negative emotions or negative energies. Instead, what you can do is, you can change them. You cannot throw them. Okay, because matter is neither created nor destroyed. So whatever energy is there inside you, if it is in negative form, say that, okay, I understand that there is an emotional turmoil, or there are negative thoughts or negative energies inside me. Now that I am into my spiritual journey, now that I want to enhance my spiritual journey, I want to change this negative energies and negative thoughts and negative emotions into positive. Okay, I'm ready for them to flow. I'm ready for them to circulate. Okay, and through my practices, through my endeavors, and through my pure intentions, I am very much determined that I will be able to change them, I'll be able to circulate them, and I'll be able to let them flow. And these energies, once they are transmuted, will help me to enhance my spiritual journey. Okay, so monitor your thoughts, let your thoughts flow freely, and let your negative emotions and negative thoughts come to surface, and be ready to change them, move them, circulate them. Okay, so there is no way of throwing them or getting rid of the energies, because energies are super exuberant and you can always change them from one form to another. This is the basic elementary science what we have learned. Okay, so try to change your energies through your spiritual practices. So that is the second tip for you. And the third tip is that this is you, and you are spread throughout the cosmos. Your body has reached throughout the cosmos. It has spread throughout the cosmos. There is a thing called a cosmic computer. Okay, like we have the computer and laptop at our house. There is a cosmic computer, and you should be able to release your energies throughout the cosmos. Okay, so the third tip is you should be able to receive, and you should be able to give. It's give and take of energies. Give your energies to the cosmos and receive the energies from the cosmos. Okay, so that will happen only once you understand that you are able, or you are capable, or you have the potential to change, to transmute and to circulate your energies from one form to another form. The form which is not needed to you, leave it, and the form which is useful for you and for your race, tap into those energies. So you have to learn to tap into positive energies, and that will be possible only when you learn how to circulate your energies. Okay, because it is all about spiritual journey or understanding the inside being with the energies and the frequencies. So through these tips, you will find the key to unlock the door which will open with immense possibilities and which will lead to your successful spiritual journey. So that is for those who have chosen pile 1. Let me keep this aside and let's move with the pile 2. Those who have chosen pile 2, this is the first tip. Okay, oracle cards. The second tip and the third tip. Wow. So those who have chosen pile 2, maybe you have interest in the tarot cards. If you have interest in the tarot cards, your first tip is go and buy your own tarot deck. Learn how to listen, how to see, and how to feel your tarot cards. Whatever questions you have, ask the tarot cards. I'm focusing on tarot cards because clearly the cards are here. Otherwise, you can get connected with other source of predictions like astrology, numerology, or like Vedic astrology. Whichever is subject of your interest, you pursue, you learn through like practical guidance. You learn through that. And what I personally believe is that tarots are very, very powerful. Tarots are real, and tarots are connective bridge between our present dimensions and the higher dimensions. And they really understand the cosmic energies, and they are here on this earth to help out the mankind to come out of their sorrows and to seek insight, to get hope. Okay, so that is the first tip for you. Whichever whatever like belief you have that will help you, you pursue that particular subject in detail. So that is the first tip from the tarots, which I'm getting for those who have chosen pile 2. And the second tip is I can focus specifically upon what I want. So you need to focus, and the only way to attain focus or concentration is through meditation. Meditation is one of the finest tools to achieve greater spiritual exploration. It will directly open doors to higher possibilities, higher connections. Now, you might ask me, like, what is the way to focus? Everybody says you need to focus, everybody says you need to concentrate, everybody says you need to meditate. But what is the way? What is the method? So let me tell you, in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna said, the only way you can create focus is by matching your brain and heart, bringing the frequencies and vibrations of your brain and your heart so that your mind is still. Okay? And when your mind is still, you sit straight, keep your spine erect. You can choose your place of will, whichever, like it can be your sofa, it can be a mat, it can be outside under a tree, wherever, whatever position you feel comfortable. The only mandatory thing is that your spine should be erect. You can do meditation in sleeping position as well. Okay, so by bringing the frequencies, matching the frequencies of your brain and heart, okay, so that your mind is still, by keeping your spine erect and bringing all your focus between your eyebrows. This is the only method by which you can focus your mind, and this is called the meditative position, or the simplest position of yogas, which will help you attain your union with the Supreme. And this is said by the Supreme himself. Okay, the second tip is that you have to meditate. You have to meditate, you have to bring your mind to focus, you have to meditate. And if you ask me how much time I have to meditate, well, on that I can tell you that until your body sends you the signals of discomfort. Like if you are a beginner and you can sit comfortably only for 5 minutes, that is the time for meditation for you. You should not do anything forcefully. Okay, so after a week, maybe that 5 minutes will become 10 minutes, then 15 minutes, then 30 minutes. So it is recommended that out of your 24 hours schedule, you have to meditate for 1 hour, once in the evening and once in the morning, as soon as you get up, and evening whenever you are free, not with full stomach. Okay, because full stomach will make you uneasy to sit. That is the only reason that you should not be full stomach. And you can increase the time depending upon the comfort of your body and your mind. So that is the second tip for you. And the third tip is the world, the Brahma. Brahma, the creator of the world, is considered to be the most egoistic being. When he created the world, he thought that he is no less than Supreme. And he challenged the Supreme that I am the ultimate. Why I'm just the creator of the world? Why I'm not the whole cosmos, the Supreme being controlling the whole cosmos? Why I'm not the Bhagwan? Why I'm just Brahma? So Lord Krishna showed him so many Brahmas like him around him in the bubble, which are like some bubbles are going off and some bubbles are created, and he was astonished to see so many Brahmas around him. And the moment he saw this picture, all his ego was crushed, all his ego was crumbled, and he understood that he is just a bubble and he has no comparison with the Supreme, the Bhagwan. Okay, so our Creator himself has so much of ego. So we are the beings, the spiritual beings, the human beings created by him. So we are also very much egoistic. So this card says that, gives you a tip that you have to keep your ego aside. You have to learn the art of consoling your ego. Okay, and that is possible only by accepting your present situations. How can you console your ego? How can you monitor your ego? How can you crumble your ego? It's not an easy task. You can console your ego. You can make your ego suppress by accepting your present situation and letting go your past, learning from your past, accepting your present, and anticipating your future by surrendering. Okay, do not expect. The more you expect, the more you will hurt, and the more you are hurt, the more egoistic you will turn. Okay, so the tip is that you have to learn from your past, do not regret from your past, accept your present, and whatever situation you are, blame nobody, feel responsible for your own karmas, feel responsible for your own actions, and that nobody is to blame, and anticipate for your future goals, for your spiritual goals, and by surrendering. Okay, wait. Discover the ability of patience inside you. You know, patience is not only the ability to wait, but it is also the ability of making the good thoughts flow till you reach your goal, or till your spiritual goal is revealed to you. So these are the 3 tips or 3 hints through which you can find the key to unlock the door which will lead you to your spiritual connections, higher connections, and to understand your spiritual goals. Okay, so that is for those who have chosen pile 2. Now let's move ahead. Pile 3. Those who have chosen pile 3, what are the tips to enhance your spiritual journey? This is the first tip. This is the second tip. And this is the third tip. Wow. Okay. So this card says to me, the images, what reflections I get from the images is that you are a very, very strict spiritual follower. And the first tip is saying that do not follow. Yes, you have to be a follower, but follower of your intuitions. Okay, not follower of any institution or any group or any outer source. You have to be the follower of your inner light. Okay, so being spiritual doesn't mean that you have to leave all your creativity and talent which makes you happy. Actually, to being spiritual means that you have to do things which will make you happy and also people around you happy. The energies, you have to able to manage the energies around you. You have to be able to connect with the energies around you. That will happen only when you make yourself happy. So if you have any kind of creative talent inside you which makes you immensely happy, but you have left it because you think that a spiritual person must be not doing this or that. It's nothing like that. A spiritual person can equally be a family person also, a happy person also. A businessman can also be equally spiritual. Okay, so what I get from this card is that you have bent towards artistic work. It can be painting, which something connected with colors, tattooing, something like that. So if you have that bug inside you, let it explore. Okay, so you should be able to, like, if somebody asks me, other than being spiritual, how can you define yourself other than being spiritual? Other than being spiritual, and I am a singer, and I am a tarot reader, and I'm a good mother, and I'm a great friend. Okay, and I am a good writer. So you should be able to explore all the sides of you. So give a try to explore your talent. You are an artist, so don't let the artist inside you suppress. Let him bloom. Let the artist inside you, let her bloom. Let the artist inside you bloom. Okay, you are maybe you are a spiritual artist. Okay, so that's the first tip for you. And the second tip is, my inner being guides me through my emotions. Yes, so this card is telling me that you have been through, you should learn to monitor your emotions. No matter the emotions are negative, no matter that you don't want to remember or you don't want to recollect all those memories, but to make your inner self stronger, you have to bring all your emotions to the surface. You have to learn to change the energies from one form to another form, from the negative form to the positive form. Okay, so if you, once you learn that, the path is clear to you. Okay, so this is one of the tip which will help you to find out the key so that you can explore to the higher realms. Look at the picture. Okay, so this is your spiritual journey, and somewhere here is the key. Through this, following these tips, you will find that key, and you will be able to open the door to achieve your spiritual goals. Okay, so you have to learn to forgive people, and you have to learn to monitor your emotions, and that could happen when you stop being judgmental. Okay, don't judge, don't give opinions for each and everything around you. Make a promise to yourself that today I am not going to be judgmental. Today I am not going to judge anything, anyone, or any situation, or any circumstances. And if you find it difficult, promise at least that next couple of hours, or next 2 hours, or next 1 hour, I am not going to be judgmental at all. Okay, so when you are not judgmental, your heart, your emotions, it will be easy for them to come to the surface. When somebody is pricking your emotional wounds, you know that emotionally you're wounded. Okay, and you can treat your emotional wounds by not being judgmental. When you are with a group of people and people are discussing, pricking out your emotions, pricking out your emotional wounds, you don't give your opinions. You said that I am responsible for what had happened to me, and I don't want to blame anyone. Nothing like, don't show your opinions at all. Don't be judgmental. And don't let the, okay, you stop, I don't want you to, I don't want these things to be discussed. Let them discuss. You just participate there as like a passive participant or passive contestant. Don't involve actively. And that is possible when you promise to yourself to be not judgmental on the issues which are connected to you, and also the things which are connected to others. Stop being judgmental so that you can make your emotions and your heart stronger. And also you should learn to give and take, to receive and to give. Okay, so one more exercise you can practice to make your emotions strong, to your heart strong, is that I am giving. When you are giving, you are filling your heart with love, and the more love you have in your heart, the more happy it will become. When you go to visit someone or when you meet someone, don't greet them empty handed. Take them some gifts, I mean to say, not a materialistic gift. If you could, you can carry a flower, a chocolate, or whatever fits into your budget. And if you can't, you can just give them a smile, give them a blessing, praise them, appreciate them. Okay, so these are the various things through which you can make your heart strong. The more you give, the more compassion you create inside your heart. The more compassion you create, there is no space for the negative emotions to stuck there. Are you getting me? The moment you understand that, the moment you understand the happiness in giving, in sharing, in blessing, direct or indirect, okay? The gift is not necessarily to be a materialistic gift. You can just give a smile, you can just give a happy thought, you can just share an appreciation, or you can just remind them like how what they did last time which made you happy. Okay, so once you understand the happiness in giving, in sharing, immediately this emotions which seemed to you as negative and which you wanted to get rid of, these emotions will change, they will move, they will transmute, they will circulate from the negative emotions to the positive emotions. The change in energy will be observed, the change in energy will be circulated. Okay, so that is the second tip for you. And the third tip is the tower. Again, it is connected with what we have discussed in these two cards. So right now there is so much of negativity, negative energy, there is so much of negative thoughts, and there is so much of denial, there is so much of unacceptance, so which has created this whole tower of chaos. So you have to accept your desires, your wishes, your wants. You have to give space to your creativity, to your talents, what your hearts want, what makes your heart happy, and you have to learn that there is no way to get rid of negative energies, or there is no ways to get rid of the negative emotions or the karmic debts. You are ready to do anything to repay back your karmic debts, but that cannot be taught to you by taking a course, or by doing things which people tell you to do. You have to learn it, to do it by yourself. You have to learn to walk into the path yourself. The third tip is saying that you have to accept that to allow the negative thoughts, the negative emotion, the karmic debts to release. You have to learn the art of moving, changing, transmuting, circulating these energies into the positive energies, and that is possible only through the sharing, giving, loving, forgiving. Okay, not by just sitting under your ego and saying that, oh, I have forgot that person, I don't remember that relationship, I am out of that relationship. You can forget things, you can come out of the relationship, but your heart will never forget anything. Your soul will never forgive, like your soul will never erase anything. Everything is there. So instead, those negative things making a deeper wound, you start treating them by giving, loving and sharing and changing all this energies from one positive, the negative energies into the positive energies. And you can do that, as I told you, by sharing gifts, by sharing love, by sharing thoughts, by sharing appreciation, and by touching your heart. Like if your solar plexus is disturbed, not cleansed, or heart is not cleansed, you can tap your heart, you can touch your body parts, you caress yourself, you appreciate yourself. Once you start appreciating yourself, you will be able to appreciate others also. So try to love yourself, try to cater yourself, try to make your inner being happy. Okay, understand that being spiritual is what makes you happy. Okay, don't make spirituality a fearful tool. It is fearless, it is absolutely carefree, it gives you the feeling of bird, it gives you the feeling of real happiness. So don't make yourself confused. So that these are the 3 tips through which you can open the door, unlock the door, and you can explore the real deeper levels of your spiritual journey, and you can understand your spiritual goals. So be a happy spiritual being. Okay, so that is what we have got for pile 3. Now let's move ahead with those who have chosen pile 4. Pile 4, what are your spiritual tips which can enhance your spiritual journey? This is the first tip, trust. This is the second tip, and this is the third tip. Okay, so look at these cards. Trust. The first tip is you need to trust on whatever source you believe, whatever religion you believe, or whatever system you believe, or whatever method you believe, whatever practice you believe. You have to trust, and trust will be manifested by following or by taking the path of truth. The truth will lead you to the trust. Okay, because, and the trust should be strong, so strong that nothing could be able to shake it. Your trust should be absolute and unshakable. Okay, so don't get misguided by the wrong information from wrong people. Whatever trust you believe, see, look at this crystal ball. Look at this crystal ball. This crystal ball is your spiritual realm. It is the connection of your soul, of your spirit to the higher dimension. So you are holding this crystal ball and you have the doubt whether this crystal ball will lead me to my spiritual journey, will lead me to explore my spiritual goals. Don't have the doubts. Surrender yourself. Okay, the trust will come through traveling in the path of truth and by surrenderance. Whichever source you believe in, have the faith strong, have the faith deep rooted, have that faith unshakable. Okay, so that is the first tip for you. Trust in the people, in the thing, in the practices, in the religion, in whatever source you trust. Keep your trust strong. That is the first tip for you. And the second tip is that you have to understand that you are not ordinary. No matter how much this information is stuffed inside your mind that you are just an ordinary person, you are nothing special, you have to understand that this is you. These are the ordinary people, but this is you. You are not ordinary. You are extraordinary. You are a spiritual being who understands their responsibilities and who have initiated their spiritual journey and who is waiting to receive their spiritual goals, which can uplift the human race, the life, the physical and the non-physical forces, to help the cosmos around. Okay, you are here to help thousands and thousands of people around. You are immensely powerful, and you are about to explore the deepest secrets of the spirituality. So you understand that you are extraordinary. You are not like everybody. I am not here to create sameness. You are here to create something very special. You are here for a specific mission. You are a light worker. Okay, so don't think that you're ordinary. You are extraordinary. And the second tip is that you have to believe in the trust. Okay, this is in connection with the first card, and you are really a super spiritual being. You are no less than a spiritual master. So you have to understand the potentiality inside you, and who will help you to understand this potentiality. And you have to understand you will be able to understand your capability by exploring the nature around you. Look at the little male hen. They all look to me like male hens. So they are exploring each and every inch of the nature. So you have to understand each and every element of the nature. Okay, so the second tip is stay connected with the nature. Stay grounded with the nature. As far as possible, stay connected with the nature. Sit down on the mat, do meditation, sit down and eat. Whatever reading or writing work you're doing, sit down. So by sitting down, you will be more grounded. And the best example is that of a farmer. A farmer is so very patient and so very happy. And the farmer is always on the field barefooted, touching the soil with the feet, touching the soil with the hands, able to experience each and every bit of the nature. Okay, and he is not like just want the production of his whatever he have put in the soil. In the next day, he waits for the right time. He nurtures, he gives the manure. So you also give all the things needed for your spiritual growth. You feed your soul, okay, and wait patiently. Goal to be revealed to you. Okay, so you have to understand the nature. Spend time with the nature. You can probably start doing things which will help you come in contact with the soil, with the water, with the fire. Okay, touch the elements of the nature. These are the strongest forces of the nature. Okay, these are the connections between the human beings and the non-physical elements. Okay, and we are constantly exchanging the energies. Okay, the relationship between us and plants is that of they giving us carbon dioxide and we give them oxygen. We cannot live without fire. We cannot live without air. We cannot live without water. So these all things are needed. So you understand their importance. Stay connected with the nature. And so that is the second tip for those who have chosen pile 4. And the last tip is that, see why I am telling you that you are a supreme being, because your soul is already awakened. All your chakras are aligned. Your body might not know that. Your mind knows that. Your consciousness knows that. Your spirit knows that. Your soul knows that, because your soul is awakened. All the chakras are aligned. All the chakras are activate. Maybe you have not experienced that awakening in this life, but it is sooner going to be revealed to you. And the third card is the tip, which is telling me that you wait. Okay, patiently. Don't think that there is nothing, no new experience is happening in my life. Like everything, I'm into the spiritual journey for so long and nothing new is happening. So you just wait patiently. Okay, because your soul is awakened and your spiritual goal will be sooner revealed to you. You will be able to connect to the higher consciousness. You will be able to connect to the deeper spirituality. Okay, so you wait, patience, anticipate for your future spiritual goals. See, waiting is not just you have to wait patiently and with good thoughts flowing in your mind, because everything is aligned. Third tip is things are aligned. Just it's a matter of just some time. So give that time, allow for that time, and through these 3 tips you will be able to find the key which will unlock the door, so that you will be able to experience the ecstatic spiritual goals which are already revealed to your soul, but they will also be revealed to you sooner. So that is about those who have chosen pile 4. Now let's move with those who have chosen pile 5. So let's see what are your spiritual tips which will enhance your spiritual journey. I have 3 cards here. This is the card 1, travel card, card 2, and this is the card 3. Wow. The star card is one of my favorite cards in the major arcana, because I connect so much with the star, the Tara, the absorber of all the sorrows. So first spiritual tip, what I see those who have chosen pile 5 is travel. Through travel you will be able to tap into the energies which are needed for your spiritual growth. And I see the person here, a man, a matured man sitting here. It looks to me like an aircraft with a laptop on his lap. So I feel that this travel could be an astral travel, or this travel could be a travel through your dreams. You travel to places and destinations through your dreams, which will help you to attain your spiritual growth, to understand your spiritual goals. And or you want to travel to foreign countries to explore their connection with the spirituality, or you want to travel to some temples or some places where you can attain peace of mind. Okay, so your search is not yet complete. You're searching where to go so that you can understand your spiritual consciousness, which place to go. You have not yet decided the place. Okay, so, and I feel that the first tip for you is to travel. Yes, that is the first tip. And then the second tip is that you understand everything. That means you are really into spiritual practices for a very long time. You understand, I understand the rules of the game of life. You understand that we are spiritual beings. You understand your responsibility, and whatever present situation you are in, you understand, you accept it, and you do not blame anybody. You feel responsible for whatever is happening to you. You feel yourself responsible and you do not blame anybody, and you're not defending, or you're not giving explanation to each and everybody who is around you, especially who are closer to you, though they don't understand your spiritual journey. So you are not even bothering to convince them through explanation or through defending that you are destined for it. You're just following your intuitions. You have to follow your heart's intuitions. That is what the second tip is suggesting. The second card is suggesting me. The second card is giving me the tip that you have to accept your present situations, and you have to feel completely responsible for them, and you have to surrender yourself for whatever is happening in the future. You have to keep your actions correct. You have to keep your karma moving. So, and you understand that, you have to understand that. If you will be able to understand that, then only you will be able to manifest your spiritual goals. So the second card is giving me the tip that you have to understand the game of the life. You have to understand the rules of the spirituality. You have to understand the rules, the laws which will help you enhance your spiritual journey. And that will be possible only when you do what I've just told you, and also by understanding the practice or the rule of giving and taking. Okay, whatever is given to you, accept it, and whatever you can give to others, give it. So the relationship of give and take, relationship between the changing of negative energies into positive energies, and that could be attained through the third tip, that is the Tara. Tara is the symbol of the mother figure, the mother, the feminine, the nurturing, the caring. She is in this cosmos, in this universe, to absorb the sorrows of all the existing life and the physical forms. We believe that the soul is also for the non-physical things, like the things, materialistic things, money, a mobile phone, a TV, a car, a cycle, a doll, a book. Every non-physical thing also, materialistic things also have soul. Okay, because matter, we are all made of matter, life or no life, we are made of matter. So all the matter has the soul, the memory, and Tara is here to absorb all the sorrows, the negativity. She is like mother. She is giving equal opportunity to all its children. She's not saying like you have, like your past life karma is bad, or you have so much of karmic debts, or you did this or you did that, that's why I take away this from you. Nothing. She is here to give. Okay, so the third tip for you is that you surrender yourself to the Tara, to the mother of the spirituality. Don't worry why my spiritual growth is stuck, or why I'm not able to experience new things, or why I'm not able to achieve my spiritual goals, or why I'm not able to move ahead in my spiritual journey, or why my mind is not still like at peace, why I'm not able to attain focus. Okay, so all these things, whatever problems you have in your spiritual journey, you leave, you give everything to the star, to the Tara, and she will transform, she will transmute, and she will circulate those problems back to you. She will give your problems to the Tara, and she will hold it, and she will make that problems into opportunities. She will make that negative emotions into the seeds and give it back to you, so that you will be able to understand the real spiritual journey, the real happiness. You will be able to search and find answers within you once. So she is here. The third tip is that as you sow, so you reap. Surrender all your problems to Tara, and those problems will manifest as seeds which will help you enhance your spiritual journey. Okay, so these are the 3 tips through which you can be able to unlock the door which will lead you to the connection with the higher dimensions, to understand your spiritual goals, and make you a complete spiritual being. So that is for those who have chosen pile 5. And now let's move to the second last pile, that is pile 6, and let's see what are your spiritual tips. Why I have chosen 7 piles today is because 7 is very auspicious number. It's a cosmic number, and also because there are so many other reasons, but one of the reasons is that 7 is very, very powerful number, and each one of us has different levels of understanding. Okay, so let's see what are the tips we have. This is the first tip, the second tip, and the third tip. Okay. So here in this picture, the first tip coming to you is that you have to be very, very specific about your food. If you are thinking that you want to turn into a vegetarian, this is the time to turn into vegetarian. Garden, vegetables and fruits. You can start doing things, practices and tools and sources which will help you to do that. So significantly, this card, the tip I'm getting from this card is that you have to change your food habits, or you have to start eating sensibly. Okay, so you have to become a conscious eater, an aware eater. You cannot be an obsessed eater. You cannot eat obsessed, because most of the people who are into the spiritual initiation or into spiritual journey, they come out of completely being broken, or they come after understanding so much pain. They turn inward and they start their spiritual journey. So most of the people during the time of this kind of state of mind, they become obsessive compulsive eaters. So the first tip I'm getting from the card is that you have to start eating sensibly, and if you want to grow your food yourself, that will be again very, very helpful to you, because once you start growing the food yourself, you will understand how much of hard work is put into growing the crops, the food crops, and then maybe you will start eating sensibly. Okay, and if you want to change your food habits, like if you are a non-vegetarian, you want to shift to vegetarianism, you could do that, or if you want to shift into veganism, you can do that. So you have to change your pattern of eating. That is the first tip I'm getting from the card. And the second tip is, I can create my world as I choose. Okay, the second tip is that your world is your spiritual journey, which you have already begun. This is the world which you have created, which has mountains, which has trees, which has snow. Actually, this kind of environment doesn't exist in real, because where there are mountains, the greenery is less, and where there is greenery, the snowfall is it's just imaginary picture. The second tip I'm getting, what the second card or the second tip I'm getting is that you have to understand the nature. Okay, you have to understand the nature, you have to be in connection with the nature, and you have to be non-judgmental. Don't judge anything, don't give opinion, or don't give advice or suggestions unless you have been asked for a suggestion. Okay, otherwise your suggestion will be of no value. And you have to learn everything by yourself through the guidance. No outer source, nobody from outside will come and teach you everything. They can only mentor you, they can only suggest you. It is you who have to take the right decision, and so many choices will be given to you. And you know that your life, what is happening in your life at present, is all because of the choices you have made. Okay, so most of the choices, maybe you have made it unconsciously, unaware, like without thinking for the consequences you have to bear. So before you choose any path, or before you opt for any choice, just take a breathe and think that what consequences you have to face because of the choices you are doing right now. And if you think that the consequences are good, the consequences will make you and people around you happy, that is the good choice, wrong choice. And you might also have difficulty understanding that, how to understand whether the choice you are making is correct or wrong. So that is again your inner consciousness will help you. Okay, when you are taking a decision, if it makes you happy, if it makes you comfortable, then that is the right decision. And if you are choosing something which is giving you a great discomfort or confusion, that is a wrong choice. So you have to make the correct choices and then move ahead in your spiritual journey. So that is the second tip I'm getting. And the third tip is that justice. Okay, you have waited a lot. You have waited a lot. You are a very patient being. You are a very humble being. You are a very mature being, and you are above all a spiritual being. So there are so many changes happening in your life. Okay, from the time you have turned conscious, and this is the third card is telling me that justice is coming on your way. Okay, the third tip is that justice is coming on your way, and all your efforts and endures and your sacrifices, what all you did in your life through for coming into the spiritual journey, and what all you expect, what all you manifest, what all your desires are with being spiritual, what all you expect, why did you started this journey. So all this is the time it is given back to you, paid back to you. This is the time for refunding. This is the time to enjoy the fruits of your patience waiting. Okay, so the justice is the third tip which is coming into your way. So you just have to have is a little more patient, and the justice is on the way to enhance your spiritual journey. So these are the three tips through which you can enhance your through which you can find your key, so that you can unlock the door and you can enter and tap right into the energies and feel the exuberant, exotic, positive energies and stay connected with your spiritual goal. So that is for those who have chosen pile 6. Now let's move with the last pile, that is pile 7. Let us see what are your spiritual gifts. The first is the energy healing. Okay, within 60 days it can be mine, and the Hanged Man. Okay, so this is the third pile. The first tip is that you need to heal, you need to cleanse your chakras through meditation. Okay, you need to do a little bit of healing, because one of your chakras may be blocked. Okay, and in the next coming up video I will do a reading, a session of like what are the importance of each chakra and how you can cleanse them. So you can practice some chakra cleansing meditation. So when you meditate, you will know that there will be a heaviness in some part of your body, and whichever part you have that heaviness is the chakra of that area is blocked. So to unblock, you can regularly do the chakra cleansing meditation, so that all your chakras are cleansed and they are aligned, and the aligned chakra will be activated easily. Okay, so the first tip I'm getting is that you need to do a lot of chakra cleansing meditation. Okay, that is the first tip I'm getting. And second tip is that, okay, 60 days, time is mentioned here, 60 days. So I am getting the second tip is that you have to do this meditation, whatever you will start, for 60 days and regularly, morning and evening, or whatever schedule you fix, timetable you fix, you have to stick to your timetable and you have to do it very, very sincerely. And the second tip is that within 60 days it can be mine. So whatever you are manifesting, whatever desire you have through your spiritual journey, or what made you initiated your spiritual journey, or what triggered you into the spiritual realm, into the connection with the higher dimensions, by practicing the cleansing, chakra cleansing meditation, and bringing all your chakras into alignment for regularly. You have to do it for 60 days, and then whatever your desire will manifest, your desire will come into reality. And one more tip is the Hanged Man, is that you have to learn the art of detaching. Detachment necessarily not mean that you have to leave all the materialistic thing, or you have to leave your wealth and riches and your relationships and everything. The attachment means that you have to be ready that if I don't have this in my life, it won't make a big difference. Like if you are attached to your wealth, you should be ready that even if I don't have a single penny, it's fine. I will not regret. Okay. And if you're attached to some relationship and that relationship is gone or broken, you have to be responsible. You have to be responsible, feel responsible, that you are equally responsible for whatever had happened in your life. Actually, attachment brings lots of sorrows, lots of heaviness, and lots of stress. And once you learn the art of detaching yourself from the materialistic things, and once you understand the bliss of controlling your senses, that is real detachment. The real detachment doesn't mean that you have to kill it or you have to completely take it off from the root. No, you have to nurture them, but you also have to understand that your survival will be not disturbed, or your survival is not dependent on them. You are dependent on your inner being, so you have to learn the art, or you have to learn not sacrifice, you have to learn to adjust to detach yourself. Okay. And the detachment also is like layer by layer, segment by segment, like as we say in Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Madh and Moha. First you have to leave your like urge for the sex. It doesn't mean that you have to not involve into sexual activities, but you have to definitely decrease the frequency and then it comes the food. You have to control your taste buds, whatever, you have to eat sensibly. Then the materials and the attachment and the relationships, you have to leave each and every attachment one by one, so that you become completely detached yet attached. It's like that is me, and this is that. Okay. And what is there is all mine, and what is there is all mine, and I am everywhere. I am the world, and world is within me. Okay. So that gives you a detachment is actually not a very big thing or a difficult thing. Okay. If you are able to initiate it, and if you are not able to initiate it, it will become the most difficult things in your life. So these are the 3 tips. Those who have chosen the last pile 7, bring your chakras into alignment and practice it regularly for 60 days, and try to initiate the detachment process in your life. So these are the 3 tips through which you can find the key and unlock the door to your spiritual journey, and understand your spiritual goals, and become more stronger spiritual being. Okay. And take your decisions consciously and wisely. So that is what I have got for those who have chosen pile 7. So I hope you liked my today's reading, and thank you very much for tuning into my channel. Lots of blessings from White Tara. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.